The day I forget my waterproof camera. At least I got a dry bag. Hey guys, I'm gonna spend the night here. If it ever quits raining, I'm underneath a big oak tree that's leaning right now. Trying not to get too soaking wet, but you know, I already am. Paul Preston sent me a box, and the challenge was, like, there have been some other ones out there, but the challenge was to survive the night with only what was in the box, the clothes on my back, and a canteen full of water. Man, it's really coming now, and this is going to be a fun one. Woo! Oh boy. Someday I'll look back at this and laugh, but not today. Alright. So I'm just hunkered down here under this big tree. Tried to find the biggest one I could. And I'm just kind of waiting for the rain to let up a little bit. I'm debating opening the package because there might be a poncho in there. But I don't want to get everything else wet, so it's a tough call. And now the tree's dripping on me, so I'm going to put this camera away. I hope the audio is alright in there, and I'm going to wait for the rain to let up. Hopefully it doesn't do this all night, or I'm going to be screwed. Okay guys, it's been like a half hour, and I think it's letting up a little bit. I don't want to get my camera wet, but, you know, gonna have to risk it. Ugh. Filming inside a dry bag, I should be okay. It's starting up again. Dang it. Alright. Now since I don't have any knives on me yet, I'm gonna break a stick, and it's sharp, pretty sharp. And now I'm gonna try and open this sucker. Because he said survive with the package in a canteen. So that's what I'm doing. I could probably find a sharded flint or chert around here to open it with, but this stick will work, I hope. Oh. I don't know why the post office is going broke. Their tape is way too strong. Alright. Spinning it around. Okay. Got one piece broken. Now I just gotta break the other, what, 50? Okay. It's definitely letting up some. It's still thundering though. And you might be like, dude, you're an idiot taking shelter under a tree in a thunderstorm. Well, the reality is this is definitely not the only tree in the area. It's not the tallest tree. I have no tarp, and I pretty much have no other option for filming unless I could go to a pavilion, but that's a long, long hike from here, and it wouldn't be survival. So this is what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Let me open this up. I'll get right back to you. Alright, probably going to be the last shot like this. I'm sorry about that, but I can't show you the contents yet because I'm going to move to a better location, more out of the rain, but what I did find in here are handy sacks. I think they're like garbage bags or grocery bags or something. But I'm going to use that to keep myself and my stuff dry-ish. Then we'll find that new location. So I'm going to put this backpack on. That's what I carry my camera stuff in. So, sorry Paul, but you know, tripod's a little bit awkward to carry with a box and another camera. So, There's one. Is that one or two? That's one. I know, this sucks. Sucks for me too, guys. It's kind of small. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is put it over my stuff, and then I'll just have to make a fire and dry myself out later. So I'm just stretching it apart and placing it over top of this, so it's a little bit of a rain cover. And since I'm not destroying it or doing anything wrong with it, I can reuse it later. But first you gotta go in there. So let me show you the bag. Could be done with the fanny pack that's in there, but what's the point of wearing a fanny pack and a backpack? So, alright, let's move. Now you should be covered. Okay, that's about as good as we're gonna get. So, there was a break in the rain, but I covered up the camera nonetheless, and I've desperately got to get this shelter up. But first, I'm gonna show you what I got in this box. It's late afternoon, so I really gotta get cooking on this shelter. But he enclosed a few things that are helpful. I brought a grocery bag to cover the camera. Yeah, cheating. Not gonna use it though. So, put these back in here and show you what we got. So first off, the box came like this. That's exactly how it came. And I had to open it with a stick. Not the easiest job in the world. But right after we get this fanny pack, and that's where the main amount of kit is. But first, before I go into that, I'm going to talk about what's not in the fanny pack. First, well, I don't know. Yeah, first. He sent me this canteen. I don't know how big it is, and a cup. And that's definitely helpful. Get your water done right there. You can boil it. Or since it's raining, I could use one of those garbage bags to collect it. And I'm probably going to do that, even though I got a water bottle. Peanut butter, white bread, MREs, man, this is great. This is a lot of food. Wow, that's definitely awesome. Thanks, Paul. That's a lot of food. He said he was sending a lot. Definitely not going to eat it all, though. I'm definitely going to ration it. Because if you were in a true survival situation, you wouldn't know how long you were going to be here. Alright, now the fanny pack. Really manly. Alright, obviously, first we got the those bags, one of which is on the camera. 5 of them. Well, 4 now, because I put the one on the camera. Cotton clothesline. Where's the breaking point? I don't know, I can't find it. Strong enough for what I'm doing with it. We got some of the, this is like the number 36 bank line, I think, the stronger stuff. Toilet paper. It's awesome. Use that for, well, I'll go into detail. The knife, I used that to finish opening the box once I got it half open. It's a Winchester. It's really sharp. I don't know about Winchester knives. I honestly don't know. I haven't seen many reviews on them, and feels like a good hunting knife though. I mean, that's the style I think it is. It's not really a carving knife or a wood knife like a Mora. Got a little glow stick, so when I go to pee in the middle of the night, or number 2, I can find my camp again. I think this is Vaseline cotton ball. I slaughtered that. Oh. Yep, Vaseline and cotton balls. Awesome. Surefire tonight. Well, hopefully. Got some jute. Man, this is different stuff than we have back here. I don't know, it just looks weird. Steel wool. Another fire source. Hey, an old saw. Wow. That is old. Gerber. We'll see how she does. Cutting firewood. Got this little lamp thingy. How do we turn it on? Oh, there's a button. Oh wow, that's bright. I think that's about it. But one match. Let me do something real quick here. Put the match in with the tinder so it doesn't get wet. And that little pill bottle. There we go. Okay. Surprises. Ha. Let's see, anything in here? Nope. Nope. I still got to do the front part. But let me put all this back. Actually, I'll do that off camera so I don't waste footage, battery, whatever. Memory. Both. Right in here, waterproof matches case. With, whoa, what was that? That looks like, where'd that piece go? Here it is. Looks like amadou, like, you know, the tinder fungus, or it could be chaga. I'm not really sure. It looks like a tinder fungus, so yeah, I think that's amadou. So cool. You know, it's the horseshoe fungus. I'm not really a fung guy. Alright. That'll be handy for starting fires. Probably should have put the match in there. This thing's got a little fire steel on the bottom, so definitely come in handy if all else fails. But I get that match, remember? Alright, 3 space blankets, man. I think it's 3, it might be more, but wow, that is awesome. That's a lot. That is definitely a lot. I could do a lot with that with a shelter. Little Jack Link's chub sausage. Wow. Meat. Awesome. Not MRE meat either. Got some Neosporin there. I think this is, it's either a fire piston or a, looks like a metal match. And I am definitely not familiar with metal matches. Definitely gonna have to play with that later. But I've got the other match. And also a striker for it. No matches though. Got batteries. Use those with the steel wool or the ones in the lamp already. Got some fat wood. Oh, that's awesome stuff. I grabbed a chunk of it on the way here. A chunk. That'll help the fire get going. Another piece. And what is this? Cleansing wipe. I think it's like an alcohol swab or something. Some band-aids. And a little little knife. Carving, or actually probably use the big one for carving and use this one for skinning or delicate things like first aid. I think that's it. I'm gonna go through this pack some more later, maybe, if I have time, but alright, now I gotta get that shelter up quick. Covered the pack so it won't get wet, and it's not really raining hard now. I've also got the box, and you know, MREs are waterproof. So is the canteen, and cardboard is to an extent, not really, but I don't have a big enough bag for that, and I'm gonna use some of them in this shelter. So without further ado, let's go to work. It's done. Well, mostly done. I still gotta fill some bags with leaves and pine needles. But what do you think about this? Let me show you. Wish you could see. See the viewfinder. I know I'm kind of close to the road. You guys see that? Season, and I don't have anything to kill them with. And there's a whole herd. Once they hear me moving, they'll run. Adios. And you too. No. Move. Leave. What are you looking at? Alright. Bye. Looks like a mom. Maybe your fawn is on the other side of this road. Yeah, you don't want to get in between that. Alright. I'm gonna go collect pine boughs. Alright guys, now the shelter is officially pretty much almost sort of done. Now in a survival situation, your shelter is never done. So I would keep working on this like tomorrow and the next day. I didn't get rescued, but it's pretty cozy. There we go. Put my hat there so the pine boughs don't stick into my face. Or the spruce. It's spruce, not pine. This is actually pretty warm because of the reflection, and the more you leave down up here, the warmer it is. So I have a fire right there, and maybe eat something. Those deer are still over there. I don't know. They're park deer. They're not scared of people. If only. Alright. Well, I got a flannel shirt in there in my backpack. I'm going to wear that when I go to bed. But it should be a decent night. I'm going to dig the fire pit right now. And I'm probably going to have like a long fire. You don't need a large fire. Just a small one. And I'm going to cut wood the rest of the night. And this saw, no matter how funky it looks, the teeth, they actually cut pretty dang well. And it's a Gerber. So, alright. I haven't used the knife yet. Not really. I mean, nothing to carve. No reason to. I will in the fire prep process, though. Alright. Time to dig and get wood. I'm going to get a small fire going, just to get rid of the bugs. Because I was supposed to bring bug spray, but I never wear it on anyway, honestly. I did on Isle Royale twice, just twice, so I tried not to. I don't necessarily think it's bad for you, I just don't wear it. Should probably get a baton, eh? It's okay. I'll grab one. Oh. Alright, feather stick. This knife does great at feather sticking. It's really sharp. It's not the world's best knife, but like they say, the best knife you have in a survival situation is the knife you have. And truer words have never been spoken. Okay. Maybe baton this down a little more, but I got fat wood also. Like I said, sorry for the proximity to the road, but I had no other choice. This was the part of the park with the least amount of people. Never seen another person in here. Unless it was one of my friends that I brought in here. So. about to do the first attempt for fire, so we'll see where we go. See if we get it. Because the bugs are driving me crazy. I'm gonna have a little smudge. I'm going to use a tiny little bit of this. Actually, a tiny little bit of this Vaseline cotton ball. Not that much, just to help it. Because, like I said, everything's wet. Probably get it going without it, but it would take a lot longer. I'd have to split more wood. And that's just a little reassurance. It's like a cherry on the pie. It's just to help. And I also have pine pitch, which is probably going to burn for a lot longer than that stuff. But it doesn't take a spark as readily, so that's why I didn't just use this and mash some of that up. And here we go. I fluffed up some of the jute. I'm not using a match. I'm going to attempt to use this metal match. Like I said, sorry for the closeness of the room. Because I can't light this for the life of me. It's metal match. Okay, there we go. That should do it. Just trying to get her up there. There we go. The cotton ball caught. And there's not much of that there. There's a teeny little bit. Just for reassurance. Got one of those jute hairs in my mouth. Now this is fat wood that I'm laying on here. It's my own brand because I got a giant piece over there and I'm trying to save what's in the pack in case I really needed it. But now I don't. And right away I'm going to char something. Char some rotten wood or something once this gets going. So I have sure fire after. I mean surer. Because I know they got that striker thingy. But it's just better. Better to have multiple ways of starting a fire. I got this one match still. Didn't use that yet. Probably could. Could have used it, but what's the sense in doing that if I can just do this? Use that metal match and it's kind of a ferro rod. Maybe I'll eat some of that food later. Get a little bit hungry. It's no big deal. You go 3 weeks without eating. I don't know if I could, but they say you can. Longest I've ever went without food was 4 days. And that was nothing. I have to tell you a story about that sometime, but I'm going to get this fire going. I even forgot about this birch bark I got here. Just burn the rest of it. Definitely didn't need that, but it's better. I'm going to sheath my knife before I lose it. It's just splitting wood with it, batonic, and I think I said that once. No, I didn't. The best knife you have is the knife you have. And that's very true. Let's see what's for dinner. Okay guys, see that crack where the two space blankets meet? That's gonna let water in. So I'm just gonna do a quickie little fix here. And I'm gonna glue it together. Duct tape would be perfect for this, but I have none. So what I'm gonna do is heat up some pine pitch here. And then just use that as kind of like a glue. Glue it together. Hey guys, my pine pitch idea didn't really work. But there's no duct tape in the kit. However, there are band-aids. And since I've got 4 of these small ones, I could probably use one to tape this together right there in the middle. So there isn't like a constant breeze. Probably could have fixed that, rigged it up different somehow, but I'm trying to find uses for everything in the kit. So this will definitely work. And I've got at least 3 more. So it's not a huge loss. There we go. Probably use another one down there. And I've still got 2 left plus the big one, and I don't plan on cutting my finger. And even if I do, I know how to make more band-aids in the woods. Here they are. One more, just one. Like I said, it's not a huge loss because they're only band-aids. But they're super sticky, just like duct tape. Hello? Hey. It's starting to rain again, I think. Let's tape that shut. There we go. The wind's coming in from the side, not from the front. Actually, maybe it is the front. I hope I didn't build that wrong, because the wind was coming from that way. So, alright, save battery. Hey guys, about to eat dinner here, and these are MREs. A lot of MREs. 5. I can't eat all that. So, what I'm going to do, because this is supposed to be a survival video, I'm going to ration it out. And I got some bread here too, and peanut butter and jelly. But what I'm going to do is ration it out so I'm only eating like one a day. And, well, I'm just going to eat one now. But I would ration it out to where I would have one for each day. And that's 5 days of survival. Well, 6 if you count that. And the peanut butter works great as bait, I hear. It's got a lot of protein in it, so I'd probably eat that. Or part of it. Look at that. Something wants to be baited. Just kidding. Right now, I think I'm just gonna, after dinner, I'm gonna keep collecting firewood. And so, I've only ever eaten these cold, never heated them up. I don't know if you can heat them up. I know almost nothing about MREs. I've had one in my life. So, I'm just going to eat this one cold. Alright, see if we can tear her open there. Oh, little devil. It's chicken with tomatoes and feta cheese. Wow. Awesome. Didn't think I'd be living this good in the woods. Alright. He said he enclosed a lot of food, and he was right. Oh yeah. Where's this stick? Oh, I think there's silverware in there, so I'm just going to eat this right out of the bag so I don't have to dirty the canteen cup. Actually, I don't even need a stick. I can just... That's great for being in a bag and lasting forever. That's what I'm eating. Looks so good to me. But anyway, I'm going to finish this one and then, I don't know. I don't have that much battery left, so I'm going to touch back on at bedtime when I'm going to bed. One more thing. This actually looks like real chicken. Not sure if you can see that real well. But, there. It honestly looks like chicken. So I'm hoping it is. It probably is. It's in the ingredients. That's awesome. Cool. Alright. Bye. Just wanted to share that with you. Paul, thanks for the food. It's awesome. There's way too much. But you know, thanks. I could do a week out here. Not that I'm going to, but you know, I gotta run. Alright. Enough rambling. Bye. Alright guys, probably noticed I didn't put any insulation down. And I don't really think I need it tonight because it's going to be so warm, and I got the space blanket under me to reflect my heat up. But I'm probably going to gather some spruce boughs anyway. And just a thin layer, you know, 10-minute trip. But another thing I've done, just in case I do get cold in the night, which might happen, I'm heating up rocks. And rocks are like a caveman's hand warmer. You put it near your body. Wow, that was weird. You put it in your body, like near your body, near your like heart or your hands or your feet or whatever's cold, and it warms you right up and it holds the heat for hours. Depending on how big it is, it can hold the heat for hours. But yeah, so I got 6 here, and that should be enough. One of them's actually like a chert, a form of chert. It's fracturing, so I could nap something out of it. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know about that. And also, if I didn't have any cordage, this is a ready-made bow drill string. It's just a root I found. I moved the fire pit closer to the shelter just because, well, there's a saying. White man makes large fire, sit far away. Indian makes small fire, sit near. And you think about it, big fire versus small fire, why would you cut all that extra wood? So I got a small fire going here. I'm just burning through this giant piece, and I'm going to burn through both of those pieces just to cut it instead of sawing it. Because while I like this saw, well, the saw works. I mean, it's not the world's best. It definitely takes a while to get through stuff. Nothing like my crosscut, but it doesn't weigh what my crosscut does. Yeah, what can I say? It's a saw, it works, but it's really tedious and it takes a lot of calories. So, not my favorite saw, but Any saw is better than no saw. I just wish I had an axe. But then it wouldn't be any fun, would it? Alright, bye. Remember those Band-Aids? Well, I got thinking about primitive tape, primitive duct tape, and I'll do a video on it someday. I got an idea for it. But I realized that this box already has tape on it. It's not strips, but it's little sections. That's good enough for my purposes. So it looks like I just wasted 2 Band-Aids. But like I said, no big deal. I know how to make them. Plus I got Neosporin and I got 3 more Band-Aids. So and plus I'm going to cut up this box and lay it over my bowels because they're not comfy. They're going to poke into me all night long. Got my pillow and everything. That should be enough. That's all I could gather. And the wood should probably be enough because I got a pretty small fire going. It's lasted, I don't know, 4 hours so far. 3 or 4. But I'm just gonna cut this up. This is a very sharp knife, by the way. If I had somebody with me, it'd be a lot more fun. Not that it's not fun right now, but, you know, it's a little bit boring, honestly. Of course, I always got you to keep me company, but you can't talk back. Go. I want to keep this box as intact as possible because everybody knows containers are king. Quoting Dave Canterbury there. I want to argue, take it up with him. And this seam right here, I could probably get it back together if I had to, but you know, cardboard. Besides, I've always got my hat I can put berries in, nuts, berries, whatever I gather. And that's going to go on top of the pine boughs. And these are going to tape up the space blanket. Oh, I've been sitting on my leg for too long. And I got my MRE wrapper there. Probably should have put the boughs in bags, but then I'd have the bags moving all over. So yeah, that'll do me for tonight. Hey guys, I know it might be hard to see, but I did rig up a trap. You can see the line right there in the shot. It's down there. This is public land, but trapping is not prohibited. So there's a squirrel chattering away. And I figured, what else am I going to do with my time? So I constructed a little snare. If he doesn't go in it, I'll show you how it works in the morning. And guess what I got? Chunky peanut butter from the MRE. So I'm going to jam a stick in the ground, smear it on, and it's a spring snare, so when he steps on there to try and eat it, hopefully he'll get caught by his hand or his head, hopefully. But you can just hear him chattering up there. It's really not that dark, it just looks dark because of the camera. Don't know why. This camera's not good for low light. But anyway, yeah. Gonna take some of this MRE peanut butter and smear it on. Hey guys, it's I have no idea what time it is. Probably close to like 1 or 2, I would guess. I don't know. It's been a good night so far. A little bit cold. Not bad though. For Michigan, not bad. The rocks are working great. I just grabbed some. The fire almost, well, it was died down pretty much. It didn't almost go out, but I put some more wood on there. Now she's flaming up again. It was just embers. A few mosquitoes, but not bad. Yeah. Nights are usually pretty harsh out here. But if they weren't, they wouldn't call it roughing it, I guess. So, yeah. This bed's working great. I'm not losing any heat to the ground, and it was almost warm in here when I went to bed. I mean, it was almost too hot. So, that's good. I hear things moving around, probably coons, possums, squirrels, hopefully not people. People coming here at night to smoke weed and do whatever they do, so hopefully they don't find me. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. This is the last time I'm camping in this park. It's right next park. It's not a park, it's a state. What is it? Public land. Last time I'm camping here. Way too many people on the trails. And the cars, you can't get to sleep. They just keep passing by like that. Kinda sucks, but I gotta find some true wilderness. I was gonna go to my church, but why didn't I go to my church? I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. Hopefully we'll have something to eat. I didn't hear any squirrel chattering yet, but that don't mean it won't happen. Hey guys. Good morning. Oh, that was a night. It rained. It thunderstormed. I even think it hailed a little bit. I couldn't film it though because obviously the camera's not waterproof. Actually, not obviously, but I had a heck of a time keeping the fire going. Actually, I didn't. I just threw on a big funky log and that kind of took care of it. But the dirt's wet, you can tell. It's not like dust. Even the stuff near the fire's wet. The rocks. But yeah, these rocks were nice. You just heat them up and drop them in there with you. Those were the logs I was burning in half. Yeah, I had to baton a little bit of wood this morning to get it going. And it's not early morning, but I couldn't film early morning. And I just kind of laid here for a while. Waited for the rain to stop. It stopped, I don't know what time. It was almost light though. And then I waited until it was light enough for me to film. I had a little drink. No breakfast yet. I'm gonna go check the trap right now. So, enough laying around. Let's get going. Well, the trap is sprung, but there's nothing in it. Man, I think maybe the rain set it up. Oh, no. See my bait stick? There's no peanut butter on it. I was afraid this was going to happen. My noose wasn't big enough because I didn't have enough bank line. So, let me show you how I set this off. Or, let me set this off for you. It's already sprung. So I'm hoping maybe something came up and got it. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was something big and it got out of there, but I'll show you how it works. Alright guys, let me show you what we got going on here. I just set it. So I took a stick. Actually, this sapling was in the perfect spot. This branch was in the perfect spot. It was up higher. But I took a string, tied it there, some of the bank line, ran it down through one of those sticks to keep it down. It's one with a crotch, you know. I just broke one side of the crotch off, and you could do two, but you know, that was just easiest. And so I ran the string down there to keep it down. Then I put another stick right there, a stake pounded in. Then I ran it around there and tied a toggle on the end. Tied it in the middle. So then I propped that up against a stick right there, a long stick that goes all the way to that tree right there. And then the rest of the bank line I took, and I probably could have separated it, but I wasn't thinking. And so I tied it like that to another part of the same sapling. And I made a little noose there. And let me show you how it works. Then I prop sticks up on that on the trigger stick I showed you that's on my toggle. And then you just, if a squirrel's coming, it's supposed to step in the loop, trigger that, and then he's caught. And I'm telling you, a squirrel, I don't think a squirrel could escape that. If it was around the head, or even like the chest, or the leg, but I didn't hear any squirreling in the night, so, oh well. And I did cut the bank line. I know lots of people say you're never supposed to cut the bank line, or cut your rope, but I had lots of other pieces and it's still long enough to do anything with. I could make another trap with this easy. But I tried making another one where I found another burrow with jute, and the jute just kept snapping. It just kept snapping. It's too thin. It's like 8-pound test, I think. I don't know. But this bank line is pretty much all you can use. I mean, trapping, it's the best stuff on earth. I know everybody rants about paracord and stuff. I tried to use the clothesline, but it was too thick. But everybody talks about paracord being the ultimate survival cordage. Well, it's not. Bank line is, for trapping anyway. And Dave Canterbury's been saying this for a long time, and now I actually know what he's talking about. This stuff is awesome for traps. The thick stuff, or even the thin stuff, but the thick stuff you can, it's just better because it's a higher test, higher breaking point, you know. But here I am back at the camp, and yeah, my fire's still smoldering there, but I gotta go to church here soon. So what I think I'm gonna do is make some toast with what I got in with one of those MRE bread thingies and the rest of the peanut butter. So stay with me. Alright guys, my toast is browned up. A little bit anyway. Prop it up. I could hold it with my fingers, but you know. Well, it definitely falls apart. One, two, three. It's not that hard. A little bit longer. My spruce needle tea is boiling away. Well, not boiling. You don't want to boil it. You just want to let it steep. Oh man. Well, I'm pretty much done with this challenge. And, you know, I've learned a lot, even now. I mean, I've done this sort of thing before, but it seems like the older I get, or the more often I do it, the more I miss people. Like, tonight, or last night, I just wanted to be with my family. It's weird, because I love the woods. I just wanted somebody to talk to or something. It's odd, because usually I have no problem, but I just think it would have been more fun with somebody, you know? It was still a bunch of fun. Thanks a lot, Paul. I mean, this was great. The most used thing, I think, was probably the knife or the saw, but the space blankets really helped, and those bags that they came in, I'm not going to forget about those. I still have them in the pocket. Those little Ziploc bags. They would be perfect for storing, like, say I got a squirrel or possum or something. It'd be perfect for storing, like, the heart, and actually I'd eat the heart, but like anything else I'd use, like the stuff I get from skinning it, you know, the entrails, put them in there, and that's like perfect bait bag, and then they wouldn't attract flies, or as many flies, and the flies couldn't devour them. But yeah, you guys should definitely do this challenge. I mean, it's a bunch of fun. As you can see, I had a bunch of wood left over. but nothing like spruce needle tea. Pretty much the same as pine, a little bit different. Not really. I have nothing to cover it with though. Actually, I could use my hat, but I'm drinking it. This was definitely, it definitely helps you become a better bushcrafter. I mean, it just, you know, when you're forced to do it with minimal supplies or stuff you don't even know about, like this knife. I had no idea if it's a good knife or, you know, some people like the giant survival knives or machetes with the sawback. Some people like serrated. This is my kind of knife. I mean, my style. This is like what I would carry. But if it's something totally different, like this saw, oh man, it's rusty. It's not a bad thing, but this screw right here, it kept falling out, and the blade kept going back, and these teeth, they don't cut when you're pushing, they only cut when you're pulling, so I don't know, I didn't like it. I mean, it worked, but I wouldn't put something like this in my kit, mostly because it kept falling apart, and it took much longer than like a Laplander or something. But yeah, I still got that one match. Is there anything I didn't use? Oh, I used your toilet paper, Paul. At about, I don't know, it was in the morning. But it says it's biodegradable somewhere. I thought it did. Yes, biodegradable. I could have used a light to film by, and I didn't, but I used it when I went to the bathroom in the night. Your glow stick I could have put on my shelter, but I had the fire going pretty high that time, so I didn't need it. This steel wool I'm going to use, or I could use to clean out this cup. And get all the resin off my knife. Because if you can see that, it's definitely, there's pitch all over it because of there's just a bunch of fat wood here, and I love it. So the fat wood wasn't necessary, but yeah, you guys should definitely try this if you're watching. It's such a fun challenge, fun thing to do. Still got that map, still got the sausage. This would be excellent coon or possum bait, I'm telling you. They just love meat. Or even if you let it like sit outside for a few days as bait for a trap, probably wouldn't make it that long, but you only need like a slice. You don't need very much. Like I said, this tiny knife would have been used for if I had got a squirrel. Probably use one blade. Then I'd probably use the other blade for like first aid. But lots of people don't think these tiny knives are useful, but they are. They definitely have uses. I could also use it for like food prep. Alright. Well, that's it. I'm going to break down camp after I finish eating, and I'll see you on the next one.